Many avatars have had animal guides. We saw the very first avatar, Avatar 1, have a cat deer that he saved. We saw Avatar Roku have his dragon named Fang, and we saw Avatar Aang have two animal guides, Appa and Momo. In the sequel series of The Last Airbender, we follow Avatar Korra, and we see right away that she has an animal guide in Naga, her polar bear dog. However, in the show, we never really get a backstory on how they met or how Naga became her animal guide, and it was an odd mix because polar bear dogs are known to be quite dangerous. But more recently, we actually got a story that explains Korra and Naga's origins. In this video, I'm going to explain what the creators of Avatar revealed after the series ended, and how Naga became Korra's animal guide. The story actually starts with a young Korra and an old Katara. Katara was training Korra in waterbending at the time, and Korra was a bit of a handful as she doused Katara in snow, knocking her to the ground. Korra's parents, knowing how Korra was, ran out saying, "Not again." Korra's mom apologized to Katara, but Katara laughed and said that it was alright, and that Korra would get the hang of it soon. Meanwhile, Korra's father went over to Korra and told her that she couldn't play that rough as she could have really hurt Master Katara. Korra said that she didn't mean to, and her father said, "I know." But he was pretty worried about how rough Korra was, thinking that they needed an outlet for all of her energy. Her father said that they should cut training short as a storm was on its way, and Korra said goodbye to Katara, saying that she was sorry for beating her up. Katara laughed and said goodbye, saying that she would see Korra the next day for training. That night while in their home, Korra and her parents heard polar bear dogs howling, Korra's mom saying that it sounded like a whole pack. Korra howled back, but her father shut the door. Korra said that she wanted to play with them, but her father said that she couldn't, as polar bear dogs were wild animals and could gobble her up in one bite. Korra, being Korra, said that they didn't scare her, and her mother replied saying that they should. They tucked Korra into bed that night, and Korra lay awake, still hearing the howls of the dangerous and wild polar bear dogs. She decided to get up and sneak outside, forgetting that there was a storm on the way. She followed the howling in the dark frozen tundra, and she howled back. As she was looking out over a hill, she saw one, a baby polar bear dog, and she got very excited. Korra approached it, and it growled at her. Korra realized though that this was a pup away from her pack and was lost. As the polar bear dog continued to growl, Korra assured her that she wasn't going to hurt her, and that she was friendly. She pulled food out of her pocket, which made the polar bear dog perk up. It got closer and closer, a bit cautious of Korra, but eventually it trusted Korra enough to eat the food out of her hand, and Korra said that she wasn't scary, she was just hungry. Korra got down on all fours and ran around the creature, making wolfing sounds and asking if it wanted to play. Eventually, however, as the creature howled, Korra realized that she didn't know which way was home just as the storm was brewing. She sat next to the polar bear dog and said that they were both lost now. However, she realized it was okay because they had each other. She told the creature not to fear, she could save them because she was the Avatar. Korra used her waterbending to make shelter for the two of them, and she encouraged the polar bear dog to follow her inside. As they sat inside, however, they were cold, and Korra decided to heat the place up by firebending. But that did not go well for the young Avatar, as she couldn't control it very well, and it terrified the polar bear dog. She told the creature that she was sorry, and said that she wasn't very good at firebending yet. She said that Katara had told her that she needed to get good at waterbending before she could master the other elements. Korra then confided in her new friend, saying that she thought being the Avatar was going to be fun, but all it was a bunch of rules. The polar bear dog, sensing that Korra was upset, went over and licked her hand to cheer her up. That morning, Korra's parents were terrified to find out that Korra had run away, and themselves along with Katara went looking for her, screaming her name. Eventually, Korra's mother found the shelter that Korra had made, and when her father pushed it aside, they found Korra and Naga cuddling together. Korra opened one eye and said happily that her parents had found her. Her mother said that she couldn't believe Korra had spent the night alone in the storm, but Korra told her that she wasn't alone, as Naga was with her. Korra naming the polar bear dog made her parents question her, but Korra said that that's what she had named her. She told her parents that Naga had lost her pack, and that she needed a new family. She asked if she could keep Naga, and her parents didn't quite know how to answer. However, Katara pulled them aside and said that all avatars have had animal guides in the past, and that perhaps Korra had just discovered her own. Katara then said that Naga might be just the thing a high-energy girl like Korra needs. Korra's parents agreed to let her keep Naga, and while back at their house, they watched Korra and Naga run around, both with an insane amount of energy. Her father said that they would tire each other out sooner or later, but Korra's mother wasn't so sure. Korra grew up with Naga as her best friend, and the two went on many adventures together. They balanced each other out, and Korra was able to roughhouse with Naga, ensuring that she wouldn't hurt anybody else. Over the years, the two of them played in the snow, did obstacle courses as Korra rode Naga, and they rode for miles throughout all of the South Pole. Naga was a vital part of Korra's adventures when she went to Republic City, and Naga even saved Korra's life many times, as well as the lives of Korra's team Avatar. Korra and Naga were made for each other, and Naga is the perfect animal guide for Avatar Korra. Thank you so much for watching, guys. You can follow me on social media to see more of my personal life and more of this little dude. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons listed below. If you want to be featured on the next video, plus get a bunch of other rewards, become a patron today. Again, thank you so much for watching, and look out for more great Movie Flame videos on the way.